You're listening to a Loot Dummies podcast, LOOTdummies.com. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons and Dummies, a weekly podcast following a group of friends as they battle across a homebrewed world called Antiriath in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. Step into the mystical world of Antiriath and follow as our party adventures across the lands. Talik Grug, half-orc fighter-sorcerer from the wretched valleys of Mek'Zim, played by Taylor. Alirlock Bloodhair, Harengon cleric, whose fate seems determined by luck itself, played by Joey. Pomerel the Gatekeeper, Summer Eladrin paladin from the Feywild city of Solaria, played by Seth. And Bodyknot Greenleaf, the halfling rogue with a penchant for taking things that don't belong to him, played by Josh. And last but not least, the creator of our beautiful world, the man of many voices, and our dungeon master, Sam. And welcome back, everyone, to Dungeons and Dragons and Dummies, the podcast. Hey, welcome back to the show, everybody. If you're enjoying the show, please give us a rating and a review on your podcast app and check out our Patreon. It's patreon.com/lootdummies for more content, including a brand new full-length show, 3D printed miniatures of your favorite characters, files for our homebrewed items, access to our Discord, and more. So check that out. We would really appreciate it. Thanks. Hello and welcome back to the show. On the last few episodes, the party has been heading northeast upon the advice of Talik's cursed sword, the longsword of Pallid Light, towards an area of Antiriath called Romsverti, also known as the Rotwood. As the party enters the swampy edges of the Rotwood, they find themselves on the bank of a large, black, brackish body of water, and they are unable to see an easy path to cross the water. Alirlock is able to cast Water Walk on the entire party and their mounts, which allows us to walk across the surface for dozens of miles. As we're nearing the shore on the other side, hands begin to reach up from underneath the black murky water, attempting to pull us underneath, and we're attacked by a group of poisonous crows. After a few rounds of combat, a skeletal figure with a large beaked mask emerges from the water as well, the Crowmaster who's controlling the poisonous crows. We're able to narrowly escape that fight and make it to the shore on the other side. We continue our trek through the marshy wetlands of Romsverti. Right at the end of our last session, Sam asks the party to make a perception check as we see a blue shadowy figure moving from tree to tree, and that is where we will pick up here.
Yeah, so as you guys are walking along, Talik and Pomerel catch something out of your corner of your eye. It's a blue shadowy figure, incorporeal thing, just kind of phases between two trees. Alirlock, with your really high survival check, you do find enough food and water for 3 persons for the day, which I'm not even sure how you found that. Maybe you found the glizzy worms this time and are like, oh, we can eat these.
That's uncomfortable. But yeah.
You guys see this pass in front of you, and then you're not really sure. You're kind of looking around, trying to figure out what it was you just saw. And then all of you guys see in front of you a man standing in front of you with a lance and a shield. And he lowers the lance down a little bit, but the man is not fully corporeal. He is a incorporeal being. He's just like a blue hologram of a person, just kind of fading in and out. And he says, "Halt, travelers," in a accent, a tone that you've never really heard before. He says, "I'm looking for an elf." a vile creature who has stolen away my love. Have you seen a man elf who's stolen away the most beautiful lady elf that you've ever seen?
Well, I'm a man elf, and I've stolen many beautiful women.
Doesn't even take a step forward. He just leans forward a little bit, and he kind of looks you up and down. He says, perhaps you have, but you are not who I'm looking for. And about that time, y'all hear a sound coming from the trees. And out of the trees busts two more corporeal beings, and they're holding hands, and one of them is kind of dragging the other one along, and they're rushing away from you guys. And he whips and turns. He says, there! And he rides up onto a incorporeal horse that wasn't there before, and he starts sprinting after them. What do you guys do?
My, the material plane just gets more and more interesting, don't you think, Sunbeam?
He's lost his voice.
Oh. I can't do it.
You made him
something else.
Self-conscious.
No, I was thinking about something else, and I don't have a good response.
What do y'all want to do, Learlock? What do you want to do? You want to chase him?
Oh, I'm just along for the ride, literally. Actually, it's up to you.
I think Talik's curiosity gets the best of him. I'm gonna kick my horse and take off after the whole scene as fast as I can.
Okay. As you take off after the whole scene, as it were, they disappear, but only for a moment before they reappear. And now the two of them that were holding hands are running towards you and actually like pass right through you, and you feel like a chilling cold. And the angry one from before comes rearing at you, running with his lance pointed at you like he's about to spear you with it. And we need to roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh.
5.
16.
Y'all kind of give me your like marching order, like stance where you guys were standing.
Sunbeam's nose
9, by the way.
is near Learlock's left hip.
Oh, okay.
I'm in
Man, that is
front.
a specific marching order there, bud.
18.
18, not too shabby. Talik, the 5 is interesting.
Rough.
So y'all are just kind of in a V formation. And it is going to be Pomerel's turn first, actually. You see this incorporeal thing rushing forward, and it's kind of looking through Talik, but also kind of looking at him, and it looks like he's about to spear him with a lance.
It looks like he is about to spear him with a lance. Okay. Whoa.
You can
Okay.
always delay.
Can I bonus action and delay an action?
Bonus action and delay an action. I think
You can hold your action.
So I think it's just an action to prepare an action.
Okay, so I am going to draw my sword, use my bonus action to ignite it in flame, and then I'm going to delay my action to whack this thing if it does indeed try to attack Talik.
Okay. Awesome.
That's it.
All right, and it is actually that guy's turn next. And indeed, he charges in, and the lance is going straight at Talik's chest. Ooh, that's going to be a dirty 20?
Miss.
My reaction. Okay.
Dirty 20 is a miss.
Yeah, I have my shield out.
What was
I've
your
had it out.
reaction, Seth?
Well, I guess I'll say it so I don't metagame. My reaction is protection, which imposes disadvantage on the attack.
Oh, very nice. Okay. And then he charges straight through you, being incorporeal. He just goes all the way through you.
Well, when he attacks, do I attack with my prepared action?
All right, when you prepare an action,
Sorry.
you prepare an action. And then after your turn, you can use your reaction to do whatever you said your prepared action was going to be. So it uses your reaction. So
Oh,
either one of those two scenarios. So you can either do protection or you can do
He didn't
your
need to
thing.
do the
So you
protection.
didn't need to do protection. So yes, you can
Yeah.
attack. Sorry, that was a lot of words and mechanics to say yes.
okay. So he'll swing to hit with his sword. I'm sure it'll go right through him. 25 to hit.
It is a magical sword, is it not?
Yep.
Yeah. No, it
A flame
connects
sword.
and cleaves well.
Let's see. That'll be max 11 slashing damage. And that'll be 6 flame damage. And I'll use Divine Smite at level 1 for an additional 2d8 radiant damage
Sure. Yeah.
for 15 radiant damage.
He is undead, so it's another D8 on top of that.
Oh my god. 19 radiant damage.
Whew. All right. Man, that was some serious damage. So you cleave, and like I said, you cleave clean and strong. Split his ethereal body a little bit and like leave a big wedge shape taken out of it as he comes riding by, and he lets out a. "Aaah!" He says, "Ecliptra, come back! I will save you from that monster." And that is the end of his turn. Alirlock, it is your turn.
Okay.
This guy also flew through you, but he didn't damage you as he flew through you.
Right. Man. It's an interesting scenario. So he's like not near me.
Yeah, what was that last thing he said? The guy, after he went through us, what did he yell out?
He yelled out, "Ecliptra, I will save you from that monster."
I'm going to cast Bane on this incorporeal being. And it needs to make a charisma save of 16. The one with the lance.
Oh, he definitely failed. Failed hard.
Perfect.
Yeah, 9 total.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Let me get my big D4 out so I don't forget. There it is. Okay.
Good reminder.
All right, and then it is these next guys' turn. The one holding the person's hand turns around and says, "Just leave us be in peace, Undalove." Yeah, so he just says that, and that's actually all he's going to do. But the other one, the girl, is going to turn around, and as soon as she turns around, at this point y'all have all glanced back at this, y'all get a glimpse of her face, and it's just the most horrific, like melting, undead, sunken eyes, nightmare fuel face you've ever seen in your life. And I need you all to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh
Ooh.
my.
Just from seeing it.
We get a +5 from Palmer.
Seeing her face?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got
boy.
an 8 with the +5.
How about a 32 with a natural 20?
A 32 makes it.
So I got a 16, but it's on a nat 1.
I think saves don't matter if it's nat 1 or nat 20.
Yeah, we
I think
don't
it's
do
all
that, I think.
attacks.
That's Baldur's Gate.
I got
Yeah, Baldur's Gate is
16.
16 plus the bonuses. Okay, so the only one that fails is Talik. Talik, you are frightened for 1
No, he's not.
minute. Oh, he's not?
He can't be frightened standing this close to me.
Oh, man. Okay, all right. And then once you've saved, you're immune to this for 24 hours, so we don't have to worry about it again. Okay, but then
Sorry, Sam.
she shall. No. It's like we were saying before. Sometimes you just have the ability that just negates it. Okay, this next one's different though. She turns around and she lets out this screaming wail as she just shouts, "Leave us alone!" And as she shouts that last part, I didn't do it as high pitched as she would have because it'd blow out the mic, but it pierces your eardrums. I need you all to make Constitution saves.
Okay.
Some of y'all might not even fail this standing next to Palmerell.
19.
Oh, nat 20 plus 7. 27.
21.
Oh, really? I got a 32.
6.
Ooh, what's his bonus, Seth, from you?
Is that with the plus 5?
No, that's not with the plus
That'd be
5.
11.
No, 11.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Everybody who succeeded, which is everyone except for Buttyknock, will take 12 points of psychic damage as this just shrill sound pierces into your very core. Buttyknock will drop to 0 hit points
Oh,
immediately.
Oh dear lord.
I don't want to be the person to ask this, but what about our mounts?
All other
You rat
creatures
bastard.
within 30 feet of her.
Does it
Yeah,
matter
some of
if
y'all might
I
get-
cannot be frightened?
Not for this.
Okay.
This is not a fear effect.
Gotcha.
Good. That is a good question. Yeah, I need it for the mounts.
Oh.
You rat bastard. As Seth said.
This was the con save.
Yeah, it's a +1 for revenge.
Plus 5.
Yeah, you still get the aura.
Also.
The mounts get the aura too. They're
Okay,
allies.
so +6.
22 for
Okay, that's good.
Sunbeam.
It's not a crazy high save.
10 for revenge.
That's with Palmerell's bonus.
Yep.
Jeffrey.
Jeremy.
Just roll a d20. We'll worry about what his con is if
Oh,
it's
did you go?
deadly. Yeah, Jeffrey has to roll it.
4.
Oh
I
my
bet
god.
con's not very good. I bet that's a fail too, even with the +5.
That's what I rolled as a 4.
Yeah, it's gonna be unless it's just absurdly high con. So both Jeffrey and Revenge also drop to 0. So you guys look over, Buttyknock and Jeffrey just poof poof fall down and look like gray skin, just eyes wide open as they're just laying there. Revenge collapses underneath Talik and Alirlock. Then those two continue running forward another 30 feet. Yeah, and then it's going to be Buttyknock's turn, so you're going to have to immediately make death saving throws for both you and... Hold on, let me double check what our rules are on Jeffrey. I always have to refresh on this.
We do death saving.
When a mount that is familiar with the player reaches zero HP, it enters death saves throws as per player character. Okay, we wrote it down, so I want to check what we wrote down. So yes, death
Yep.
saving throws for Buttyknock and Jeffrey, please, Mr. Josh.
Do you just roll mine first?
Yeah, do yours first.
Okay. Can I reroll a 1 on death save?
Oh, I think he can.
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that a death save has all the same saving throw rolls, including
Gosh.
maybe the bonus
He
from
uses that.
Palmerell.
So much.
17's first one.
Pass either way.
Yeah,
14.
we'll call it 1 success for both of you.
Okay.
Seth, is there anything about your ability? If it just says saves, then that applies to death saves.
It says saving throws specifically.
Okay. Yeah. No, a death save is a saving throw.
Okay.
So when you're next to... That's actually really cool. I never thought about that.
Revenge passed his first.
Okay. Revenge
Just
passed
rolled
his.
his. He rolled a 10.
A 10
Plus
but
5.
plus the 5. Okay. So it is Talik's turn now. Shit just got real instantly.
I'm going to bend down and pull out a potion of greater healing and give it to Revenge.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Pour it in her mouth and close it up and pat her on the side and see if she wakes up.
She spits a mud cocktail of leftover potion and mud all over your face, and then gets up on her knees, and she actually kind of like, since she's all in the mud, she just kind of like morphs herself up to standing.
And I'm going to hop up on Revenge, and I'm going to yell out to the other guys and be like, fuck these guys. Just let them go. Who cares? not getting involved in the drama of fucking ghosts. Brush myself off and pat the mud off my legs, and I'll end my turn. Leave it up to the other
Okay.
guys.
All right, Palmerell, it is your turn.
Palmerell is going to cast level 3 aid on Body Knock, Jeffrey, and Revenge.
Now you're really gonna get me googling.
I know, I've been trying to figure out if it
When
would.
you get temporary hit points when you're unconscious.
They're not temporary hit points.
Oh, it increases your max HP.
Yeah.
Mm.
Man.
I've been trying to figure it out. If it doesn't work, that's fine.
Because it increases your max and current HP by the same amount, right?
Correct.
So if it increases
Yeah.
your current HP, then it would get them up. So you're gonna. How many
That's
people can
what
you
I
cast
thought.
8 on?
3.
All right. So who you hitting?
Revenge, Body Knock, and Jeffrey.
Oh, everybody who failed. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that will wake them up and increase their their max hit points by 10 as well.
So they all go up by 10, and they all get 10 HP.
Cool.
Okay.
And Palmerell's just like, he flicks his wrist and casts aid and mutters a spell word, and he's just watching, but he doesn't stop looking at the 3 semi-corporeal beings gallivanting through the muck, and he's just like, yeah, Talak, I think you're right. There's something wrong with those people.
Okay. It is the mounted guy's turn, and he chases after them. He actually tries to attack the dude. I just dropped my dice, but he misses. And then it is Alirlock's turn. What are you gonna do, Alirlock?
Joey, the player, feels terrible about making that call, but it had to happen. Seeing as everyone just collapsed, or half of our group just collapsed, I'm also going to cast Mass Cure Wounds. I will hit everyone but myself.
Oh, what a martyr. Okay. So
and everyone gets 27
27
HP.
again? Okay. Okay, and you're staying on the horseback?
Yeah, I will hop back up on Revenge.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You have to get back on.
Revenge just went from 0 to full health in less than 1 turn.
The other guys continue off into the distance. They phase out of view again after a short ways off. And after a few seconds, nothing happens. After a minute or two, they don't seem to come back, and then they don't ever come back. And y'all are out of initiative.
And we'll never know the mystery of these cheating ghosts.
Horrible.
Glad that's over.
Palmerell turns to Body Knock and goes, are those gits?
Those are right foul gets, my friend.
I told you, Palmerell. They're everywhere here.
Yes, Sunbeam. We're learning the ways of the material plane.
I'm so glad to be here with you, learning the ways of the material plane, regardless of what is done to my voice.
I'm gonna call in the elk.
No! Oh my god. Yeah, so that encounter's over.
Yeah, I wish we would have never got involved as much as we did.
That was risky business right
more
there.
than
Yeah,
you
that
bargained for.
I went south real fast.
Can I ask, what was she?
She was a banshee.
Okay, I figured.
Man.
I literally put Banshee Whale in my notes.
Just to tell you guys, when I was picking out for these 3 guys what they were going to be, they're all different. All 3 of them are different things with different abilities. They're all undead. My options were Shadow, Spectre, Will-O-Wisp, Phantom Warrior, White, Banshee, and Wraith.
That's a lot.
There are so many incorporeal undead creatures in D&D, and none of those words really tell you exactly what they do. So I had to that was a mess.
Mhm.
Anyways, so yeah, y'all solved my love triangle puzzle. Congrats.
Well, kinda.
Yeah, you
Not
didn't solve
really,
it,
just
actually.
bowed
You
out.
didn't solve it at all.
Sometimes the best solution is to not get involved.
That's right.
my God.
We learned our lesson there. We got our ass kicked in about half a round.
3 seconds in, everyone's dead.
That's how you wind up dead, folks. Banshees.
So let's head over to Harpy and kind of get a check in on where you guys are at. So y'all made it in between these two hexes. So y'all move into this hex that evening, and y'all are making good time. That will be the end of the day. If you guys would like to take a long rest or do any evening activities, be my guest.
Tulloch, he's tuckered out. I think I'll check in with the sword and just see if he still thinks we're going the right direction.
Sure, yeah.
Yes. Yes, I can feel it now. In fact, I'm recovering old memories. As we get close, you'll need to follow my directions carefully. His castle is obscured well.
Castle, huh? What else do you remember?
The time around my loss is all a blur, black memory for me. But I remember at one time, it was a great, wonderful place. I can still sense it here.
What happened? Why did it fall into whatever this is?
You can like hear the metal creaking. It's like a strain. Like it's exerting some effort, and then it just lets out a sigh.
I do not know. I cannot remember. Perhaps when we sever my connection, it will come back to me.
Mm-hmm.
Is Pomerol listening to this?
That's up to Talik if he was trying to be quiet or not.
No, I don't think so, since I've been out in the open pretty much to this point.
Pomerol goes, connection to what?
To my former master. We seek to find his grave and sever my connection to him.
Are you gonna make another connection?
I've already begun forging it with this great warrior here.
Pomerol just looks over at Sunbeam, and then he looks over at Learlock, and he just goes back to scrubbing his armor. He's got to do lots of extra scrubbing
So much
at
scrubbing
night
here.
in the Rotwood.
What a nightmare.
Oh, it's a
And
nightmare.
can you imagine everything would want to rust faster because it's just kind of this degrading place.
Oh, yeah.
Entropy is just at an all-time high in the Rotwood.
Before I call it for the night, I'm going to, after listening to that conversation, I assume we're all like sitting around a fire. I'm going to go behind Talik and put my hands on his shoulders. And then I'm going to cast Death Ward. And then I'm going to go to bed.
What does Death Ward do? Does it feel good? Does it hurt?
It doesn't hurt. It's a positive effect.
Oh, okay.
The first time the target would drop to 0 hit points as a result of taking damage, the target instead drops to 1 hit point and the spell ends.
Interesting. What's the time limit?
8 hours.
8 hours, okay. So something happens to him in his sleep,
Yeah, then he won't die.
then he won't die.
Interesting.
All right.
Just as a precautionary measure.
All right.
I don't want anything to do with the sword. I don't think this is a good idea. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want to talk to it.
Oh, well, you're on the road with it now. All right, y'all want the weather? Y'all resting?
Give us the weather.
It's a cool, crisp 35 today with a light drizzle and no wind, just a ever so slight breeze coming out of the southeast. Yeah, so pretty cool, rainy, gross day today. And in fact, it's probably somewhere between rain and snow. Kind of a sleety mush. Kind of coats everything in a white dust that almost looks nice, but then it will sink down into a little puddle and turn brown.
I keep moving northeast, and I'll roll a perception.
Okay, yeah.
We'll also roll perception.
Perception, as they say in France.
Oh yeah.
6.
On a 13.
16.
21.
21. Let me check here. Wow, even 21. But several of those are good enough to spot an encounter, but I did not roll an encounter for this node. And none of them are good enough for anything beyond just encounter spotting. Even a 21 doesn't get to the max level. So
Okay.
that will do it for that node. And that moves you guys into this one here. So at this point, the sword is like,
We're getting very close. Follow my directions precisely.
and he kind of like leads you in this slightly more circuitous route. He'll be like, all right, now we need to turn left. And it's like, it's not exactly in the northeast anymore. You'll travel a little northwest for a little while, and then you'll turn back northeast. And you're kind of like winding through. There's a little bit of hilliness here. So you're kind of like going through these valleys, and he's guiding you around. After about 3 in the afternoon, we'll say, you guys come around a bend. The path that y'all find yourself on is almost like an old road. It actually, there's just a little bit of scrubby underbrush in the main central path of this valley, and then on either side it's actually got these trees that are almost like they've been placed, even though they're old and rotten and falling apart. They're evenly spaced along this path. As you guys look forward and come towards an opening, you see that in front of you is a little valley that has a circular kind of horseshoe shape to it that goes down into a quarry, almost like straight down sides into what effectively makes a natural moat around a large stone in the center, several 100 feet wide. And on top of this stone is a huge castle made of stone. The front of the castle, built into the stone, is a giant skull.
Sick.
And below that huge skull appears to be the main entrance, and a rickety bridge leading from that main entrance across to the path that you guys are walking along. And on the bridge, you see movement, a shuffling of some sort of wind or something blowing the bridge around, and then you realize it's not wind, it's movement of organic kind. It's kind of random. And you realize the entire bridge is packed to the gills with zombies.
This is it. We're here.
And I'm going to show you guys the art, and we're going to leave it there for the night.
This is insane, guys.
Oh boy.
Let me see this art. Where's it at? Oh,
Sorry, not art.
Man, I was
the
ready
tail
for
even
fire.
better.
Let me
Some art.
We need some art.
Oh my.
Oh my god. Oh
Oh,
my
this
god.
I am gonna have
Oh,
to
sick.
this is
Gosh.
way better than any art.
Holy shit, that's sick. The castle
That
with
is
the
so
skull
cool.
is so cool.
This is sick.
Okay, that was awesome.
We will explore this castle next week. All
I
right.
can't wait.
Oh my god. I'll never be able to do this recap.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Oh my god. So many pages.
All right. Good night, guys. That was fun.
Good night,
Oh,
Taylor.
see you later.
Good
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Night.
Bye.
Find out what happens to our party next week. Check us out at dndndummies.com. And please leave us a rating and a review on your podcast app. It would mean the world to us.
My second greatest fear in D&D used to be Will-O-Wisp. It is now my third greatest fear. Banshees have now moved to my number one greatest fear.
Right?
Second is blood pudding or whatever it's
Black
called.
pudding, yeah. And
Black pudding.
will-o-wisps are another incorporeal. These incorporeal undead they hit different, literally.
Yeah, they sure do that.
I used will-o-wisps in the very first Spooktacular. The brother and sister, I think, were
Ooh,
will-o-wisps.
they had will-o-wisp stats.
Yeah,
Oh,
They
They
could
were.
like possess people.
they were spooky.
and-
I didn't like them.
it was no. That
They
was
might have been the
unpleasant.
spookiest thing in that first Spooktacular.
Indeed,
That whole
Kids are
room.
always scary.
Yeah,
I hate scary children.
I hate scary children. Put it on a t-shirt. I hate scary children.
I hate scary children.
Speaking of that, do you know the story about the chicken that crossed the border?
Ooh, no, that one sounds fun.
Me neither. I couldn't follow it.
That one had the best
God.
setup. That one was actually a joke setup, and then the most disappointing punchline yet.
It made me so happy.
All right.
All right, the snow is popping here now, IRL. Okay,
Oh yes, it's